Jack, quick question. When was the last time you felt truly, calmly happy? Not excited, not proud of an achievement, just quietly happy.
Honestly, I had to think about that.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack, and today's topic is a big one. It's about young people. Many of us, honestly, living inside a kind of bubble. A bubble of success, achievement, and constant comparison.
We chase promotions, followers, money, perfect photos, perfect lives. We race and race. And somewhere in that race, many people forget a simple, important question. Why are we even here?
Not here, like this podcast. Here, like on this earth. Alive. What's the actual point?
Today, we're talking about that bubble, how to notice it, why it forms, and how to slowly step outside of it, back towards something simpler. Kindness, happiness, a calm, healthy mind.
This one might feel a little personal for some listeners. That's okay. Let's go slowly.
Let's imagine someone, a young person, 26 years old, smart, hardworking, ambitious. Let's just call her Maya.
Okay. Tell me about Maya.
Maya opens social media every morning. One friend just got promoted. Another just bought a new car. Someone else is on a beautiful vacation, smiling on a beach.
And Maya is lying in bed, in her normal room, about to go to a normal job.
So Maya works harder. She takes extra projects. She stays late at work. She starts a side business just to catch up. But here's the sad part. Even when good things happen to her, a promotion, a bit of extra money, the good feeling disappears in a day because she's already looking at the next person, the next goal, the next thing to compare.
In English, we have a perfect phrase for exactly this feeling. It's called keeping up with the Joneses.
Wait, keeping up with the Joneses? Who are the Joneses?
It's actually not a real family. It comes from an old American comic strip from many years ago about a family constantly trying to match or beat the lifestyle of their wealthy neighbors, whose last name was Jones. Today, keeping up with the Joneses means constantly comparing what you have, money, success, possessions, to what other people around you seem to have, and trying to match it, even if it's not truly what you want.
So Maya isn't really chasing her own goals anymore. She's chasing other people's lives.
Exactly. And it's a phrase that fits so many situations, not just money. Give me an example that isn't about a car or a house.
Sure. Imagine two friends studying English. One friend sees the other posting videos online, speaking confidently, and immediately feels behind, even though her own progress is actually completely fine.
Nice one. Here's another. A young couple sees their friends getting engaged one after another, and they suddenly feel pressure to get engaged too, even though they weren't ready yet.
And a third example. A small business owner sees competitors posting about big new offices and starts spending money they don't have just to look successful too.
So it's really about any area of life. Money, love, career, appearance, where we quietly measure ourselves against others instead of measuring ourselves against our own path.
And that quiet measuring, it's exhausting. It never actually ends because there is always someone ahead.
Okay, but I want to push back a little here, because I think some listeners are thinking this too. Isn't some comparison healthy? Doesn't seeing someone successful sometimes push us to improve, to work harder?
That's a really good question, and it deserves a real answer. Let's look at what's actually happening in our minds when this comparison turns unhealthy. So, Jack, your question is fair. There's actually an old, well-known idea in psychology called social comparison theory. A researcher named Leon Festinger described it back in the 1950s. His idea was simple. Humans naturally compare themselves to others, especially when they're unsure about their own progress or abilities. It's a normal human thing to do.
So comparing isn't the problem itself?
Correct. There's a difference between two kinds of comparison. One is inspiration, seeing someone's success and feeling motivated, thinking if they could do it, maybe I can too. That's healthy. It pushes you toward your own goals.
And the unhealthy kind?
The unhealthy kind is when comparison turns into judgment against yourself. I am behind. I am not enough. Something is wrong with me, instead of simple motivation. And social media makes this much, much worse because of something we can call the highlight reel problem.
Highlight reel. Like in sports? The best moments of a game put together in a short video?
Exactly like that. On social media, people almost never post their boring Tuesday afternoon, their tiredness, their doubts, their failures. They post the vacation, the promotion, the celebration. So Maya isn't actually comparing her full life to someone else's full life. She's comparing her entire life, including the boring, tired parts, to just the highlight reel of someone else's life. It's not even a fair comparison.
When you say it like that, it sounds a little ridiculous, honestly.
It is, in a way. There's a quote often credited to former US President Theodore Roosevelt. Comparison is the thief of joy. And whether he truly said those exact words or not, the idea itself is very accurate. Comparison quietly steals your ability to enjoy your own good moments, because your attention is always somewhere else, on someone else's life.
So Maya's problem isn't that she's ambitious, it's that her ambition got attached to the wrong target, other people's lives instead of her own path and her own reasons.
Exactly. And that leads to something even deeper. Forgetting the actual reason behind all the chasing. Somewhere in the race, many people forget simple things. Being kind, feeling calm, having a healthy mind, enjoying small moments. The chasing itself becomes the entire goal, and the original why disappears completely.
So how does someone step out of this? Because this bubble sounds very hard to notice from the inside.
Let's talk about that now. Real simple steps.
Solution 1. Write down your own personal definition of success, in your own words, privately, not influenced by anyone else's life.
What does that actually look like in practice?
Simple. Ask yourself, if nobody else could see my life, no social media, no comparison, nobody watching, what would actually make me feel proud and calm? For some people, that's a peaceful home. For others, it's helping their family. For others, it's simply doing meaningful work, even without fame or money attached to it.
So the goal is to separate what I truly want from what looks impressive to others.
Exactly that separation. Solution 2. Limit your exposure to comparison triggers. This doesn't mean deleting social media forever. It means being honest about which accounts or habits make you feel calm and which ones quietly make you feel behind or not enough, and reducing the second kind.
Here's my objection, though. What if those accounts are actually useful? Like useful information, or even people I genuinely care about?
Good point. And this isn't about cutting people off completely. It's about noticing your own reaction. If a certain type of content consistently leaves you feeling worse about your own life afterward, that's useful information about what to reduce, even if the content itself isn't bad.
That makes sense. Awareness first, then a small adjustment.
Solution 3. Practice small, regular kindness toward other people and toward yourself. This might sound unrelated to comparison, but it's actually deeply connected. Kindness quietly shifts your attention away from how am I doing compared to others, toward how can I be helpful right now in this moment. It's very hard to compare yourself to someone while you're genuinely focused on helping them.
That's a nice, simple shift.
Solution 4, and this connects directly to what you said earlier, waiting for the right moment. There's a well-known book called The Alchemist by the author Paulo Coelho. Without spoiling too much, the story follows a young man on a long journey, learning that meaningful things in life often happen at their own natural pace. Not exactly when we demand them to happen, but when we're genuinely ready for them, through patience and honest effort.
So patience isn't the same as giving up or doing nothing?
Not at all. It means doing honest, steady effort, without constantly measuring your progress against someone else's timeline. Your right moment might simply look different from someone else's right moment, and that's completely normal.
Solution 5, maybe the simplest one. Regularly returning to your original why. Why did you start this job, this goal, this dream in the first place?
Exactly. A simple, honest question, asked often. Am I still doing this for a reason that actually matters to me? Or am I just trying to keep up with someone else's race?
And if the honest answer is, I'm not sure anymore, that's actually valuable information too, not a failure.
And if the honest answer is, I'm not sure anymore, that's actually valuable information too, not a failure.
Let's slow down and review everything calmly.
5 steps. 1. Write your own personal, private definition of success, separate from other people's lives. 2. Notice which content or habits trigger unhealthy comparison and gently reduce them. 3. Practice small, regular kindness toward others and toward yourself. 4. Trust your own timing and keep steady, honest effort without racing someone else's clock. 5. Regularly ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing.
And underneath everything today, remember this idea. Keeping up with the Joneses, chasing what other people have, quietly steals attention away from your own life, your own comparison. Actually, let's slow that word down too, because many learners say it a little wrong.
Good catch. It's not comparison, it's com-PAIR-uh-suhn. 4 clear parts. Say it slowly with us. Com-PAIR-uh-suhn. Comparison.
One more time, nice and clear. Com-PAIR-uh-suhn.
And let's also practice today's idiom out loud wherever you're listening. Keeping up with the Joneses. Try saying it naturally at a normal speaking speed right now. So today's homework is a little different. No task, no list, just one quiet question to sit with today. If I stopped comparing myself to anyone else, even for just one day, what would I actually want to do? You don't need to answer it perfectly. Just let the question sit there, gently, throughout your day. Thank you for spending this thoughtful time with us today. Be kind to yourself this week, and be kind to someone else too, if you can. See you next episode, everyone. Take care.